What's good? In this video, I'm going to talk about how I turned $100 in my pocket into a real clothing brand, not drop shipping, not print on demand, at least not anymore. I'm making actual cut and sew collections now. When I first started my brand, it was in 2019. I was fresh out of college and super broke. I was paying less than $1,000 a month for a super tiny room in LA. If you're familiar with LA pricing, that's extremely cheap. I was looking for a job in the music industry while figuring things out with the rock band I was in. But I had this idea for a brand and I knew I wanted to make a clothing brand. But I told myself I really wasn't going to spend more than a couple $100 on starting the brand and getting some pieces made. I knew that I didn't want to do a bulk order or anything like that because the idea for the brand was just that, an idea. I didn't have a website, I didn't have an LLC. So realistically, I only wanted to spend $100 testing out my plan. But that $100 ended up leading me to selling quite a few shirts, which then gave me enough money to create a few more designs and then sell those. And then I ended up selling like 200 shirts. And at that point, I was like, okay, I think I have enough proof of concept to really take this to the next step and do this for real as a career. This video is mostly going to be about where I invested that $100 to get started. I started my brand on Shopify, but I used Printful to create all of my products. I was already drawing and creating graphic designs in Adobe Illustrator for fun. I figured I would take those graphic designs, use my Photoshop skills to put the designs on t-shirt mockups, and then I wanted to sell those on a store. A buddy of mine had a drop shipping store and was using Shopify, so he suggested that I use Shopify. I looked into that, ended up just picking that as my e-commerce platform. I had another buddy who was making merch for his band. They were creating and selling merch using Printful, so they recommended that I look into Printful. The way that Printful works is like this. I'll draw this pretty quickly. I would post about the garments on social media, on Instagram, for example, which would attract potential customers. The customer would go to my Shopify store, see the product that they want to buy from Instagram. They buy it, and then the order is sent to Printful. The team at Printful will source one product, print my design on it, and then ship it directly to the customer for me. So I didn't have to hold any inventory. I didn't have to worry about any minimum order quantities or anything like that. It just let me test my ideas very quickly. One of the main downsides of doing something like this long term is that it's pretty expensive per piece. For example, it might cost $15 to $20 to print a t-shirt using Printful and ship it, whereas if you placed a 100-piece minimum order quantity with a Chinese manufacturer, that cost per piece might drastically decrease down to like $7 per shirt to produce and fulfill. So Printful, with that math, is twice as expensive, which means you're going to have lower profit margins. So if I want to sell a $25 t-shirt and it costs me $15 to fulfill that, I'm only making $10 profit. Whereas if I sell a $25 t-shirt and it costs me $7 to fulfill that t-shirt, then I have an $18 profit. Printful is $25 a month. For that first month, I spent $25 and I had $75 left over to use. Next, I got a Shopify subscription. I just got the basic plan, which is $30 a month. This is my old website that I used for the print-on-demand store that I hosted on Shopify. The theme that I used was called Streamline. I used this between 2019 and 2020. Here is the main t-shirt that sold the most. I sold about 200 of these t-shirts. This is my design from Adobe Illustrator that I created, slapped on a Bella Canvas soft tee mock-up in Photoshop. So this is a photo of a real shirt, but then I have my design imposed onto it in Photoshop. As you can see here, I have the file. The print quality is good, 144 DPI. I've ordered pieces from Printful before where the print quality was medium and it actually looked kind of blurry. The way that you avoid this is by having a really, really high quality PNG or upload a PDF. But anyway, I uploaded that directly here onto the product template and press save. It cost $11.50 to create this product, and I was selling it for $30. So that's it for this video on how I started my clothing brand with just $100 when I was dead broke right out of college. In future videos, I'll elaborate more on my process and how I took this very small brand into something much more. I'm about to enter my 6th year of running this brand. If you want to see more content like that, please like and subscribe. It helps me out so much. If there's a topic you'd like to see in a future video, please leave a comment below. If you want to grab all of my free resources like my whiteboards, PDFs, AI tools, and more, be sure to grab them at the link in the description. I'll see you in the next one.